here we are, one of the first Sundays in May, and of course, it's Mother's Day. Now, Mother's Day means a whole lot of different things to a whole lot of different people. And that's what we're going to talk about in today's Time for All Ages. I'm Pat Woods, your Director of Religious Education at Abraham Lincoln Unitarian Universalist Congregation in Springfield, Illinois. So sit back and let's get ready to learn some things about Mother's Day. Now, the history of Mother's Day goes back a long, long time. As a matter of fact, you can go as far back as the ancient Greeks and Romans and find festivals that were held in honor of the mother goddesses. But if you're looking for the direct precedent of Mother's Day as we do it today, it's probably an early Christian festival that was called Mothering Sunday. Now, this usually fell on the fourth Sunday in Lent, and basically what happened was all of the faithful in the Christian religion would go home to their mother church, and they would have a special service there. Now, as these things go, time saw the Mothering Sunday tradition become really more of a secular holiday. That means it's based not in religion, and that's when the kids would give their moms flowers or other tokens, presents, that kind of thing. And even that faded a little bit in popularity until somebody very special got hold of it. Now, prior to that special somebody getting hold of it, there were two other somebodies we need to talk about. One of them is Anne Reeves Jarvis, and the other is Julia Ward Howe. Now, Anne Reeves Jarvis, she was a lady in West Virginia, and this was right before the Civil War. She actually started a thing called Mother's Day Work Clubs, and that taught local women how to care for their children. And really, those clubs kind of unified West Virginia even after it was divided by the Civil War. Another one was done by Juliet Ward Howe. Now, she was an abolitionist and a suffragette, which means she wanted to free the slaves and she wanted women to have the vote. And she wrote in 1870 the Mother's Day Proclamation, which was a call to action that asked mothers to gather together and promote world peace. And so she campaigned for that to be something that was celebrated every June the 2nd. There were a couple of other pioneers as well, but these are the two that we're going to focus on for today. So how did we get the modern Mother's Day? Well, we have Anna Jarvis to thank for that. She's the daughter of Anne Reeves Jarvis that we just learned about. And she conceived of Mother's Day as a way to honor the sacrifices that mothers made for their kids. In order to do this, she got some financial backing from a Philadelphia department store owner. His name was John Wanamaker. And then in 1908, in May, she organized the first official Mother's Day celebration at a Methodist church that was in Grafton, West Virginia. Now, the cool thing about this is that same day, thousands of people attended a Mother's Day event at one of Wanamaker's stores in Philadelphia. Well, this was just tremendously successful. And so Jarvis, interestingly enough, who did not marry and did not have children, decided she wanted to see that holiday added to the national calendar. And she argued, American holidays are really biased toward male achievements. So she started this huge letter writing campaign that was urging the adoption of a special day honoring motherhood. And so by 1912, there were a lot of states and towns and churches that had adopted that. And Anna's persistence paid off because in 1914, President Woodrow Wilson signed the measure that established the second Sunday in May as Mother's Day. So while you're celebrating Mother's Day this year, I'd like you to keep a couple of things in mind. Our moms are oftentimes our blood relatives, but sometimes they're the people who've adopted us. Sometimes they're the people who function as a mother when perhaps our own mothers can't. Sometimes our mothers are gone, as mine died back in 2013, and so I remember her on this day. And there are those mothers who have lost their children, and this means that Mother's Day can be particularly difficult for them. But whatever Mother's Day means to you, it is definitely a special day, and it's a day to remember those dear to us and close to us. I hope that you do that, and I hope that I see you again next week. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.